Hey everyone, it's me Ryan here, we're MandRproductions, and welcome back to another episode of Ask MandRproductions, a series where you can ask me questions and I'll answer them. So if you guys have a question that you want answered next week, leave in the comment section below right now after you smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and again guys, if you want your question answered next week, leave in the comment section. Let's get started. Luigi the Gamer Guy, Y, says, MandRproductions, what do you think of the rumored new Millennium Falcon coming with the Han Solo movie sets? I'm actually pretty excited for what it could be. It's supposed to be in a blue and white color scheme like this, and I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be much different than the ones that we've already had. I don't think it's just going to be a complete rehash of the previous Millennium Falcons. I expect to get some cool minifigures, obviously maybe Han Solo, who knows, maybe someone else other than Han Solo is flying the Millennium Falcon at that point in time when the movie takes place, and maybe he gets it some point during the movie. Who knows what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be a pretty cool set. It's definitely going to be in a color scheme, and the rumored price is $170, which I'm a little bit disappointed about. However, as long as it's got the piece count and the cool minifigs, it'll be fine. The next question comes from Starlord33, and he says, if you could remove a scene from The Last Jedi, which would it be and why? So if there was one scene I could remove from The Last Jedi, it would be where Rose saves Finn from basically saving the day, and then basically tells him that it's all about love or something crazy like that, and then kisses him. I was just like, why? Why is this happening? Just, I at that point in the movie, I had accepted that Finn was going to die. Like, he was dead, as far as I was concerned. I just didn't feel like that scene made a lot of sense. I mean, Finn should have died. I thought Finn was so dead. Oh, man. Also, really didn't feel like Rose should have kissed him. I just really didn't like that. Pencil Thrower 66 Production says, hi, MNR. Great video. Thank you. My question is, what is the most creative way you have displayed some of your LEGO sets apart from your stacked TIE fighters? So the most creative stuff I get with is maybe like little custom stands, mostly made out of 2x4s. However, I do have one little custom stand for my Y-Wing that I have, and it like tilts it onto its side, which is pretty cool to save a little bit of space. That's about as creative as I get as far as displaying my sets goes. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I just try to make them all look nice and like line them up. I don't know, but I don't really do too much as far as that goes. I don't hang anything from the ceiling or anything crazy like that. Although I have thought of that in the past. However, I'm just scared that at some point it's just going to break and they're going to fall down, and I don't want to deal with that. Peter Studios says, why don't you do a stop motion animation with those LEGO sets you have? You're so lucky. I would if I were you. Well, I have done a few very bad stop motions in the past, and stop motions are very tedious work. They're very, very difficult. They take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of planning especially, a lot of special effects after you're done. I mean, it's a lot of work, and it's just not something that I have really been able to teach myself to do. It's something that I'm open to doing in the future, maybe when I get more time on my hands. However, it's just not something I can, feasibly do right now with everything else that I'm doing. So I don't know, stop motion is just something that's so difficult for me. I have friends that do it, like Frame 5 Studios, but it's just not my particular thing. GD Jury John says, what is your least favorite Star Wars minifigure? I think I'm so fed up with the officer from the First Order battle packs. I just absolutely hate them. They are a terrible minifigure. I just can't believe LEGO keeps including them in sets. I just absolutely abhor that minifigure. You can see it. I mean, I just do not like it. I have too damn many of them, and I wish they would go away. And the bigger problem is they're like worth like $1.50 a piece, so I can't even really sell them. It's not even worth my time. Next question from Acula. He says, I've been watching Star Wars since I was 4 and never liked Star Trek. Do you like Star Trek? I have never watched Star Trek, so I can say I don't like it, but I've never watched it. I've never given it a chance, I guess. It's not my thing. I've always loved Star Wars, and I've just never watched Star Trek. I'm Orbit says, what do you think of a UCS Mos Eisley set? Now, we just got a $40 Mos Eisley Cantina set, and I don't think a UCS one would work. I don't think it would sell well. I don't think it would have, that great of features. You're basically just getting a big bar scene with a bunch of weird minifigures that you don't know who they are, and it's just like, it's just not something I think I would like, or a lot of people would really like. I mean, having the smaller Mos Eisley Cantina sets is great. I think it works really well in the $40 to $70 price range as LEGO has done with it. I'm sure they've toyed around with that idea in their development processes and decided it probably wouldn't work. Obviously, UCS Cloud City is probably coming soon, and I think that works much better as a UCS playset than a UCS Mos Eisley. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Next question from Spectacular Lamb. He says, Dear MandRproductions, how do you repair your sets after you drop test them, and what do you do if a piece is broken/missing? Basically, to repair them, depending on how broken a set is, I will either just do it by eye, like I'll eyeball it, I'll try to, figure out where every piece goes. Sometimes that's doable, and sometimes I have to completely take the set apart or grab the instruction manual and try to fix it like that. Usually it's in big enough chunks to where I can just get the instruction manual and figure out where pieces go, as opposed to having to completely disassemble it. That doesn't happen often. As far as if a piece is broken or missing, I can either replace it, that's about it. Like, I just have to replace it. Sometimes, I mean, I've only had a couple pieces ever break, so it's not really something I run into all that often, but when I do have one break, I have a pretty big collection of just random parts from old sets that are broken that I can try to dig through and find the part I need. Guys, I decided this week I'm going to do a comment of the week, and it's just going to be some random comment that I either find funny or interesting or something along those lines. It's just comment of the week, so this is this week's comment of the week. Lord Vader says, what does Snoke use in his coffee? Half and half. Get it? Because he's cut in half? Ha. So if you guys want to get comment of the week next week, just make a funny comment. I'm going to pick one when I'm reading through. I also have a question for you guys. I'm planning on doing some type of merch, maybe like shirts, different stuff, you know, opening my own website store or something. So let me know what you guys would like to see. I'm going to leave it as the pinned comment. Reply to the pinned comment with what you want to see from that, because I just don't know what I want to do with it. I do know I want to do something there, so some type of merch product, something. Just let me know in the comments on the pinned comment. Nate Harriff says, what do you think of custom painted minifigures? I think they're awesome. There's a lot of great minifigure customizers. I know at Brick Fair, Virginia, there's like 20 of them, and we call it Customs Corner. Me and my friends, we were at like the Star Wars side of like Mox, and then there's Customs Corner where they have a bunch of custom minifigures. It's really awesome. The friends that I have that do custom minifigures, Michael MGF, Legomatic 9, Jack Productions, they do amazing work. It's really cool. They do a lot of small little details that Lego doesn't get on their prints. They really go in depth. They take a lot of time, you know, capturing the actual person in the Lego minifigure. It's really awesome what they do. Next question from Lupin. He says, how do you do your eyebrows? Please do a tutorial of them. Swag Seaboy 95 says, would you recommend the Resistance Bomber? Yes, I would. It's an amazing Lego set. It's one of the best Last Jedi sets that we have. I think the bombing feature is incredible. I think it works really well. You get this great giant like cockpit and then kind of seating area for your minifigures. You get the wonderful Vice Admiral Holdo as well as some awesome Resistance pilots in that set. So I would definitely recommend it. You also get Poe Dameron, so you can't go wrong with that one. It's got a kind of high price point at $109, so if you can get it on sale, that's great. However, I fully think it's worth $109. Teodoro Sanchez de la Mora says, do you want to see another Republic Dropship with AT-OT set? God, that took me so long to get right. Anyway, yes, I would love to see one, maybe for like $300. I don't know. I think it would be hard for Lego to do now, especially with Clone Wars not as popular as it once was. Obviously, it's not the in thing right now. Obviously, we have the new movies all coming out, so I don't think we'll see one anytime soon. However, I would definitely like to see one, you know, sometime in the next 10 years. It would be a good time for, you know, one of those throw-in remakes, random sets that you just don't see coming, maybe as like a Toys R Us exclusive. I don't know. It would be hard to do because it's such a big set, but I think they could do it maybe for $300. I mean, maybe they could keep that old $250 price point, but then they would have to downsize it, so who knows what they'll do there, but I would love to see something. Ed Steven Fuller says, favorite wing? Definitely the Y-Wing in my opinion. I just really love the design of that set and ship, really. I think it's a really neat design. Obviously, the X-Wing and the A-Wing is cool. However, I really think the Y-Wing is awesome. There's something about that design to me that really speaks to me, and I just like it. As a runner-up to that question, Mr. Krabs says chicken wing. Pumpkin says, what did you think when Admiral Ackbar died? I didn't really feel anything. Like, he was on the bridge. I thought he died. Like, he died. Like, it was alright. Like, it wasn't a big deal to me. He's been living for too dang long. Rest in peace, Admiral Ackbar. The Comic Kid says, who is worse, Rose or Jar Jar? Alright, let's settle down here. It's definitely Jar Jar. Let's not get too in over our heads. Jar Jar is easily the worst character, but Rose is pretty bad. Lego Loudmouth says, will Building Hoth be out in January, and will you display it at Brickworld Chicago? Yes, Building Hoth will start this month. I think I am ready to finally start my mock building endeavor with my mock series. I don't know if it's going to be weekly, bi-weekly. It'll be one of the two probably, or just kind of off and on, either every other week or every week, depending on whether I have something to update on. And will I be displaying it at Brickworld Chicago? Probably not. I don't want to drive to Brickworld Chicago. That's like a 20-hour drive from where I am, so the only way it would happen is depending on my vacation plans outside of Brickworld, so probably going to fly to Brickworld Chicago, which means no Hoth at Brickworld Chicago. But if I drive, there's a chance. Boss24 says, what UCS set do you want to see in 2018? We already know the rumors, the UCS Y-Wing remake and the UCS Cloud City, so those are definitely the sets that I want to see this year, seeing as I already made videos of them, you know, basically saying it's going to happen, so hopefully it does happen. That's the main rumor out there right now. However, in 2019, there's a couple things I'd like to see. I would love to see a UCS A-Wing. We just haven't had one yet. I really feel like we should get one. And as far as a remake goes, I think a remake of a UCS Imperial Star Destroyer is so overdue. The original one was made back in 2002, and they could totally make it so much better now. Sam Flagel says, will you make merch? And I basically answered this at the beginning of the video, and it's a yes. However, I need to know what you guys want to see from me. So again, leave that comment on the pinned comment down in the comments section. I need to know what you guys want to see as far as merch goes. I don't know. I could sell my sig fig. I could sell different things. I have no idea. Gabe Saria says, have people recognized you off of YouTube before? I've only been recognized like out in public once, and that was at a Lego store in Virginia during Brick Fair. So like that person was also there for Brick Fair. That's why I was recognized. And that was like in 2012 when I wasn't even that big. So that was weird. I haven't really been recognized anywhere outside of a convention though. So like I'm not that famous, guys. Finley says, what is the most overpriced set in your opinion besides the General Grievous speeder? This one's pretty easy. This hunk of junk right here, $40 for a half-complete ATST is absolutely ridiculous. I think they have lost their mind with this thing. I don't know what they were thinking, but 40 bucks for this is absolutely crazy, and I really wish it was 30. Like, it's so bad. You know, you get the Rogue One ATST that costs $40, the exact same price as this, and yet it has like 90 more pieces, 80 more pieces, so like, I just don't get it. It just doesn't feel like the value is there for me, and I think this one's not going to sell well, and it will be off shelves probably by the end of this year. It won't last its full 2 years, I'm sure. So that's all for this week's Ask MandRproductions, guys. I thank you very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, hit that like button. If you have a question for next week that you want answered, leave in the comments section below. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, guys. Again, I need to know what kind of merch do you want to see from me. I'm working on it. It'll probably be out at summertime. I don't know. It's just something. It's just an idea I have. Who knows if it will actually happen. Thank you all for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next week. Peace out.